I heard it from every single person who loved me. My mom grabbed my face with both hands and said, "Rachel, once a cheater, always a cheater. You take him back and he'll do it again in 5 years. Protect yourself." My best friend sent me a playlist titled Songs to Leave His Sorry Butt To and wrote, "Girl, fool me once, shame on him. Fool me twice, shame on you." Our pastor sat us down after the second affair and said, "Some patterns are too deep. Sometimes love means letting go." Even random women in the comment sections of marriage groups typed in all caps, "Leave. He will never change." They all said the same thing after I caught Ethan cheating, not once, but twice. But God looked at their absolute certainty, laughed the biggest laugh heaven has ever heard, and turned the biggest cheater I knew into the most faithful husband on the planet. My name is Rachel. Ethan and I got married 15 years ago in my parents' backyard with fairy lights and sunflowers. I was 22, he was 24, and when he kissed me after we said "I do," he whispered, "You're my home forever." We had our daughter Lily 2 years later, then Sophia, then our surprise baby boy Benjamin. For a long time we were the couple everyone wanted to be. Date nights every Friday, worship leaders at church, the family that prayed together at restaurants and made people tear up. Then year 7 happened. Ethan went on a work trip to Atlanta, came home weird, distant, wouldn't touch me. 3 weeks later he woke me up and I am crying so hard the bed was shaking. He confessed a one-night stand with a woman he met at the hotel bar. I screamed. I threw things. I slept in Lily's room for a month. We did counseling. He cried in front of the entire church. Everyone said forgive, restore, move on. I did. It hurt, but I did. Life went back to normal, or so I thought. Fast forward 6 years to year 13 of our marriage. I was nursing Benjamin, exhausted, feeling unattractive, and Ethan was traveling more. I noticed the same signs: phone face down, late nights at the office, new cologne. One night the baby was screaming and I grabbed Ethan's phone to call my mom for help. A text preview lit up the screen from Brooke C. that said, "Last night was everything I've been missing. Can't wait to feel you again." My milk literally dried up in that moment from pure shock. I waited until he walked in the door, handed him the phone, and said, "Explain." He tried to lie for exactly 4 seconds, then crumbled. 6 months. Emotional and physical. Brooke was 69 days from moving into an apartment with him. He had already given her a key to our house for emergencies. I kicked him out that night with nothing but the clothes on his back. He moved into a hotel, then her place. Everyone who had watched us heal the first time now shook their heads and said, "We told you. Once a cheater, always a cheater." My mom begged me to file. My dad offered to pay for the meanest lawyer in town. I did file. Separation papers were served while he was still sleeping on Brooke's couch. For 4 months I was angry, heartbroken, and done. I lost 22 pounds. My hair started falling out in the shower. I'd sit in the car after dropping the kids at school and sob until the windows fogged. I told God I hated him for letting this happen twice. I told Ethan I never wanted to see him again. Then one night everything changed. Benjamin was 6 months old, screaming with an ear infection. I was walking the hallway at him, rocking him, exhausted, and he looked up at me with Ethan's exact hazel eyes and whispered his first real word, "Dada." Something inside me shattered and healed at the same time. I laid Benjamin down, walked into our empty bedroom, and fell face first on Ethan's side of the bed. I screamed into the pillow until my throat was raw. Then I heard myself say the craziest prayer I've ever prayed. "God, you changed water into wine. You raised Lazarus after 4 days. If you can do that, you can change a serial cheater into a one-woman man. I release Ethan to you. Do whatever it takes, break him, heal him, deliver him, whatever. Just make him the husband you created him to be." I forgive him for both affairs. I forgive myself for the walls I built. I'm not filing divorce papers anymore. I'm filing warfare papers in heaven. From that night on, I did things that made everyone think I'd lost my mind. I dismissed the divorce the next morning. I invited Ethan back to sleep in the guest room for the kids. I started laying hands on his empty pillow every night and declaring, "Spirit of lust, spirit of deception, you are bound." Ethan belongs to Jesus and to this family. I texted him every single morning. Good morning. I'm praying for you. The kids love you. I love you. Even when he ignored me. Even when he was still with her. I fasted every Monday and Thursday. I played worship music on blast in the house. I wrote him letters of forgiveness and slipped them under the guest room door. I stopped speaking negatively about him to anyone. When people asked for updates, I said, God is restoring my husband. Just watch. 94 days after that AM prayer, Ethan walked into the living room where I was folding laundry, got on his knees, and wept so hard he couldn't speak for 10 minutes. When he finally could, he said, I ended it with Brooke. I've been miserable. I had a dream last night that Jesus stood at the foot of my bed and said, Go home to your wife and children. I woke up and knew I could never touch another woman again as long as I live. Please forgive me. Please let me come home. He moved out of the guest room that night. We started intensive counseling and deliverance. He went through freedom ministry for sexual addiction. He got 3 accountability partners. He deleted social media. He changed jobs so he'd never be in an office with her again. He got on his knees every single night for a year and repented out loud until there was nothing left to repent. Today, 7 years after the second affair, Ethan is a completely different man. He leads family devotion every morning. He planned a surprise vow renewal last year on the exact date I found the second affair texts. He still cries when he talks about how close he came to losing us. People who knew our story weep when they see him open doors for me, pray over me, look at me like I'm the only woman in the world because I am. God took the biggest, once a cheater, always a cheater case anyone had ever seen and turned it into the greatest redemption story we've ever lived. If every single person in your life is quoting that lie over your marriage right now, smile and tell them, watch. God's about to laugh because he's turning your husband into a one-woman man, your marriage into a testimony, and every doubter into a believer. Drop God laughs too in the comments if you believe it. I'm praying for every repeated betrayal to become the greatest redemption you'll ever tell. Your husband isn't always. He's about to be never again.